Ever since I got my Honeycomb yoke about a month or so ago, I've been looking at those bolts on top of the yoke itself, trying to figure out what I can do with those things. I think they were originally designed for the SATEC flight instrument panels. They can be bolted on 3 wide and too high to create a six-pack, but at $169, $170 a piece, it's a pretty pricey panel. And I thought there's got to be a better way to do this. So I took some things I had laying around the house and tried to create something of my own. And I'd like to share that with you in this video. As a longtime fan of Air Manager, I thought I can do a lot better using Air Manager and not be limited to just 6 instruments. In fact, have flexibility for different designs for different airplanes. So I took a 2-year-old Windows tablet that I had purchased to test with Air Manager. You can see the specs here. Now this tablet is about 2 years old and cost about $150 new. So I'm sure there's much better stuff out there now. Now instead of the Air Manager app, I use the Air Player app. This is not that well known, but the Air Player app actually lets you only run panels. The panels have to be created with Air Manager and they're pushed to the Air Manager over your home network, and then you can run them on your computer, and they have much lower performance requirements, which is a real advantage. I can get about 30 frames per second out of these fairly complex panels using this underpowered tablet computer. Now the final piece of the puzzle was to add a Nobster. You can see on the right side there, it is a knob, multifunction knob that by touching the panel, and this of course tablet has touch control. Once you touch that, you can turn the dial on the knob and it will react as though you're turning the knob on the screen. So if I touch the knob and then turn it on the screen, you can see I can adjust the true airspeed and calibrated airspeed indicator. So touch the heading and then turn the knob and set the heading bug. So it gives a lot of flexibility and really does make this much more easy to use with the relatively small dials that are on the panel. The inexpensive tablet has a IPS display, so it has really great viewing angles from side angles and a very sharp display. It's a pretty compelling experience. I like the way the unit is mounted to the yoke, so that if you want to pick your simming setup up and put it away someplace, you can take the whole unit, put it away, and then when you come back to set it up again, maybe in front of your big screen TV, you can fasten it to your desk and you're ready to go. You have a nice crisp display. Even though it's small, it's very easy to read and clear to look at. So you have a nice setup. You can control flaps, other configuration things with the touch control on the screen. So how did I make this thing? Well, I took a 12 by 12 piece of 3003 H14 aluminum that I got from Amazon. Put it in an inexpensive bending brake that I bought at Harbor Freight. Trimmed it the one side slightly to make it fit. And then I took the mount that I actually had a snap-in cover case and cut the flap off, and then pop riveted that to the aluminum, and drilling holes to mount it on the top and also to mount the Nobster. Took about 2 hours to build the whole thing. So now let's take a look at how you can use Air Player to run panels on very low powered computers like this tablet computer I'm using here. Air Player doesn't have the overhead of Air Manager, the tools necessary to create and lay out panels and create instruments, but it will do just about everything that Air Manager does when it's running a panel, including interfacing with Arduino, Nobster, and Raspberry Pi and other instruments. It basically is the runtime engine of Air Manager. Once you upload a panel in its configuration to Air Player, from then on it can run on its own without any contact with Air Manager. That Air Player computer can run any installed panels in the future on its own. Now here's the Air Manager main panel, and you can see the Devices tab, and there's the tablet computer named Cube. You can see the Nobster shows up, and also the panel I called Glass with 3 instruments. Now if we click on the panel, you can see the panel layout window, which contains the autopilot control, the annunciator, and a PFD. Now if we scroll down, you can see the name of the panel. You can see the start mode, either not to start automatically or to start automatically when AirPlayer starts. Also, you can start based on aircraft type and have automatic switching just like with Air Manager. On down you can see that we can add panels by just clicking the Add Panel button, the green button. It'll open up a dialog with choices just like in Air Manager, where you can pick a blank panel and start from scratch, adding instruments, or you can clone a panel that already exists, or you can use pre-made panels, including any pay panels you might have bought on Air Manager. Those are available on the Air Player also. Let's cancel that. Now, as you scroll down, it will show you the displays that are available on the computer that you're connected to. You can select that. All the other features, you can lock the panel, keep it always on top, click through all those factors. Nobster is available to be enabled if it's connected to the computer you're going to be using. And also you can set background conditions, colors, and so on. So basically just like Air Manager, except you're going to upload this panel to the tablet computer or other computer that's running Air Player. Also Raspberry Pi can run Air Player, different version of Air Player. So the save button is how we push the configuration to the simulator. We click on that. There's also a button to shut down the device and to shut down all the devices that are in the Devices tab. Once you click the save button, it uploads all the instruments. And if you've told the panel to open when Air Player starts, that panel will open on the networked Air Player computer. And then the panel is available in your networked Air Player application in the computer that's running it. And you can see, get a nice smooth operation with over 30 frames a second here. And a somewhat complicated panel. Even though the panel's a little small, it's remarkably easy to read because it's so sharp. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of other options. You wouldn't have to use a Knobster if you didn't want that option. You could use an iPad and mount it similarly, but you'd have to use touch control for the dials. I like being able to push the button and run things with touch control in the Knobster. But if you don't want the Knobster, you can also use touch control on the knobs. You could use a larger tablet computer. And I have some other ideas that I'm going to be showing in my next videos, working on a little bit larger project that will also be mounted upon the Honeycomb Yoke. I just like the Honeycomb Yoke a lot. I think it's going to have a lot of options. They may have some product like this in the future, but I doubt it'll have the flexibility that you do using Air Manager and Air Player, because you can create your own panels, customize them, make them any way you want. Well, I hope this video is giving you some ideas of the kind of things you might be able to do using Air Manager, Air Player, the Knobster, and certainly the flexibility of using that Honeycomb Yoke as a base. Now they'll be coming out with a throttle too, and it also will have the mounting bracket, so you could even have a two dual display, possibly using that system. This wasn't a hard project, and it didn't cost that much to do. Certainly not compared to those $169 flight information panels, and trying to put 6 of those together, and you would still have less instrumentation and not nearly as much flexibility. If you'd like to find out more about Nobster and the Air Manager and Air Player, you can go to siminnovations.com. I'll put in the show notes the link to that. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. Love to hear your comments. Share this with your friends who are also interested in simming. And if you'd like to be notified when my next video comes out, just click the notification bell that you see down there, and you can get a notification when a new video comes out. Thanks for taking time to watch, and I hope to see you again.